From that Big Ten game, let's move to another Big Ten game. Talk a little bit about Michigan beating Maryland 34-27. And what did we learn from this game, right? Because I had been very critical from the jump with Michigan about their schedule and not knowing much about them, right? Even leaving them unranked to start in the preseason. Since moved to the top 5, but nobody wants to give me credit for that because they want to think about what I did in August when nobody played. That said, I think I was right to do it. They were 45-point favorites in every other game they played. They hadn't played a Power 5 team. They're having 2 offensive coordinators where nobody will tell even the guys calling the game who's calling the plays. They traded quarterbacks who were starting, and the only consistency that they had that you could depend on was Blake Corum. And it turned out Blake Corum had to put Michigan on his back to beat Maryland. He went 30 rushes for 243 yards. He's a dude, right? We understand that. Matter of fact, I would like to think that Mike Hart walked in on a recruiting visit for Blake Corum and said, hey, you remind me of me, young man, except you were twice as fast, because it's true. Okay. Outside of that, we got to see Maryland have a little backbone. They went in 3-0, and it felt like if they don't have the fluke football off the face mask on the opening kick, which is recovered by Michigan, they put it into the end zone, and you have a Talia Tagovailoa that doesn't throw an egregious pick, maybe you're in this game in a different way, but that's just not the way it cooked out for you. I didn't think that J.J. McCarthy looked all that great, even as his numbers looked pretty doggone good, right? They didn't ask him to do a bunch, but he also still got them into a lot of trouble that I didn't think they needed to be in. And that's really the criticism for J.J. As good as he is at getting you out of bad situations and making plays happen with his legs that other people can't make, and he made a few of them against Maryland today, he also could put you into some bad situations by holding on the ball or throwing the ball where it shouldn't be going. I'm going to say that Michigan played somebody because I believe that Maryland is a good football team and they are owed that due, and they made it a one-score game covering the spread, I might add. First team to cover the spread against Michigan all year. The spread was like 2 touchdowns, and we're talking about 34-27 here. Other part to take away from this is that if Michigan runs into a team, say like, I don't know, Iowa, when they play them next week on Big Noon Kickoff, who can absolutely stop the run, what's J.J. McCarthy going to do, right? That's my question. Can you depend on J.J. McCarthy to go get you 303 TDs through the air and beat Iowa over the top? Or are you going to try to get into a rock fight with Iowa? Because Iowa's proven that they are more than willing to get into a rock fight with you. They've given up 23 points all season. That is the least amount of points they've given up through their first 4 games since 1956. And they have got the roll safe knowledge going on. You don't need an offense to score if your defense scores, which they did twice against Rutgers tonight. So I'm just saying, you're going to get another test for the Michigan Wolverines this coming Saturday, and one in which I think will reveal more about them and whether or not they can honestly challenge that Ohio State team come Thanksgiving weekend for the Big Ten East title, as I think it's going to go. All right. Thank you for watching the #1 college football show. Please remember to subscribe to the channel and like this video so that you don't miss any of the best college football coverage in America.